Ladies and gentlemen, I have terrifying news. The computer hardware shortage is not going to get better. The good news is, if you have old shit laying around, like a lot of us nerds do, you can service these, you can take care of these. And when it comes to laptops, the first thing that dies on most laptops is the battery. This is my X1 Carbon 6th generation. I love it very much. And it has a replaceable battery, a serviceable battery, which is one of the reasons why I really like ThinkPads. And you're going to watch me in real time, real time, swap out the battery. I bought a fresh battery off of Amazon, and we're going to do the swap and hopefully not light ourselves on fire. Okay, so we're going to attempt to replace the battery. So real quick, this here is my 2018 Gen 6 ThinkPad X1 Carbon. It's kind of maxed out. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a 1 terabyte NVMe. And I thought I replaced the battery on this, but in hindsight, I did not replace the battery on this. I actually replaced the battery on the model before. So this guy is due for a battery upgrade. And I've never done this before. So we're going to do this together. I have a replacement battery right here from the Amazon, the far off Amazon. I'm using two cameras. I got my main webcam up here, and I have my recently purchased used Osmo 3 Pocket in webcam mode, which, by the way, it's really cool that all these cameras now have built-in webcam modes, which is dope. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. And I have my little Daiso screwdriver kit that's actually surprisingly well made, and Sharpie McStabby. Okay, so first things first, let's open up the old computer. I don't know why it's the old computer. I'm not going to replace the computer. I'm just replacing the power supply. These are the wrong ones. I need to grab that one. I think that's right. That is correct. I haven't taken the time out to get myself a proper screwdriver, like a fancy Linus Tech Tip screwdriver or anything. So we're just going to do this the old-fashioned farmer way. I believe these are all captive screws. The nice thing about ThinkPad is certain models, they stick with the captive screw, which is fantastic. I'm a big klutz, so I can do anything that keeps me from dropping screws on the floor. That's awesome. Oh, real quick, make sure your machine's powered off. This thing was totally powered off. It's just chilling on the ground for the last few days, just because I've been busy. All right, let's see. Get that lip up. Oh, yeah, it comes off so easy. All right, there is the thing. I'm actually gonna load up the instructions of how to replace the battery, because I don't know if I'm smart enough to do this. So we'll do X1 carbon. Oops, battery replacement. Battery replacement. Hopefully it's a good source. Ba, 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 ba. I think my computer might have just taken a big ol' shit. Not exactly sure what it is. I know that the moment I brag about how absolutely rock solid that Linux is, something stupid like that happens. Looks like the footage is not lost. We've rebooted. We're back into it. And we're going to try to do this replacement. Awesome. Okay, so we've done all this. We removed all those. They're captive. We wedged that off. We didn't have to wedge mine because mine's pretty loose. All right, here we go. Step 3. 4 5mm screws. Webcam 2. Okay, so according to this diagram, we have screw here, screw here, screw here, and screw here. Only 4 of them, which is nice. And I'm going to use the exact same screwdriver. These are not going to be captive. Let me pull that one out. I did this on my X1 carbon Model 4, Model 2, Model 3, I think. Actually, I think it was Model 3, Generation 3. And it was very simple also. Okay, we've loosened up the 4 screws. I'm gonna go back to the desk. Let me scroll down and take the battery by lifting it on top edge, pulling away from the motherboard. Really? I feel like there's something I'm missing, but alright, well, let's carefully lift, pulling away from the motherboard. Oh! Oh! It's got these little teeth. And they were like Lego. Okay, alright, well, that part's done. Excellent. I'm just gonna put this tray over here. Slide this guy over here. Now it's time to bust out the new battery. Right, I just sit around with a sharp knife on my desk all the time because I'm a responsible adult. What the fuck? Hey, a little terrible screwdriver and an identical battery. But hopefully this identical battery is much, much healthier. Okay, I'm just gonna try to reverse how I dropped in there. Oh, that's slick. Okay, now that I've done it, it seems incredibly slick. So I just pop it back down those little teeth. You probably can't see very good. It just, once it slides in, they just kind of right in there. And now I'm going to hopefully just screw it back in and Bob's your uncle. This is a battery, so it's not to be manhandled too hard. And now that went right in there. And that lines up with that perfectly. Okay, do this one over here. Okay. That one's also not lining up the way I want to. I can see that one's in the right spot. Oh yeah, I read about this. These holes don't always line up perfectly. Like I just said a second ago, don't manhandle it, but here I am. So the battery, getting out of the box, I don't know how long it's been on the shelf. This particular battery works not just with the Gen 6 of the X1 Carbon, but also the Gen 5. So this thing could have been sitting on the shelf for like a year. Alright, so we're just going to gently place the case on the back here. And we're going to go ahead and give it a boot and see what happens. And if everything works according to plan, then we're going to tighten those mamma jammas in. Alright. And alright, 63% battery. Let's go into battery settings here. Again, not super scientific. Oh my. Okay. Oh, I got excited for a second. It did say 7 hours for a second there. Oop. So next night, been doing a little bit of testing on this thing. Charged up, burned down, charged up, burned down a little bit. Used it, and before my average was between 4 to 6 hours of battery life, and right now I almost hit 8 hours. So not as big of a jump. I don't think I'm gonna have that true all day. I get through a whole 8-hour workday thing without plugging it in, but it is closer to the mark, and I think for the cheap $30 price I paid, a pretty good upgrade. So is it like new? I guess kinda. I never owned this while it was new, so I don't know what the battery life was originally. But I also, you can get these battery bricks. I got one somewhere around here. I just bring the battery brick if you could be away from the outlet. The battery bricks are pretty cheap, and that doubles the life of this thing. So good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, battery update. Update your batteries and keep your old hardware running longer. Also, if you haven't already done it, swap out your Windows with Linux, and also even more hardware becomes available to you. Yeah. Peace.